Day? I can't remember, whatever day it was. Right, let's hear now from the Arsenal boss, Mikel Arteta, because with just a few hours left of the transfer window, he's been talking about their new defender, Pablo Mari.
For me, it's very important. He balances what I want to do from the back line. It gives us more option, more solution. It opens up the pitch more. Against a player that we've been following the last few months, that we are really happy to have.
Right, Pablo Mari then. Finally, Arsenal fans will be saying, finally, someone has not just recognised the problem that they've all been looking at in terms of centre-backs, but has brought somebody in who looks as though they can do the job. I know that David Luiz came in, but Arsenal fans were a little bit nervous about how he would fit in, and there's perhaps been some justification for that in some of the performances. However, Pablo Mari, what do we think?
Well, well, it seems to be somebody that Mikel Arteta is very pleased to get. You know, went to Flamengo. He went to Flamengo at a time as well, Andy, where he didn't have a pre-season. He went in playing a high line. You know what I mean? Organises. He's got a good left foot. I wouldn't say he's blisteringly quick, but he's got good pace. And he seems to be a little bit somebody who can organise, and he's in control of what he's doing. And you're just hoping now, you know, with the way that, you know, with Flamengo went on, they won the Brazilian title, they won the Copa Libertadores with him there, and he was playing unbelievably in it. You're just hoping that he could come here and settle as well as he did in Brazil. You know, when he went to Brazil and settled down, and they won everything. So you're hoping that he can do the same thing here.
He was at City. He was a young player at City about the same time as Mikel Arteta was there, wasn't he?
Yeah, that's right, and that's clearly where the ideas come from. I know Tim Vickery, who follows everything in Brazil, is very keen on him. But I think the point you make, Wrighty, about a high line Flamengo, that's really, really important, because normally, I think you get a defender come from South America straight into the Premier League, and you think, you know, they're going to be stood back on the edge of their own box, more or less. And that would be a massive issue, I think, especially the way Arsenal want to play. But the fact that he's been coached under Jorge Jesus at Flamengo, who has come from Europe and really revolutionised the way that Brazilians have thought about club football. He's been enormously successful, as you say. And with him, it is all about snap, intensity, and that is really, really important. The fact that Pablo Mari has remained quite composed on the ball when that's what he's expected to do, I think is very important as well.
Really good, Kels.
As much as anything, though, as we were sort of alluding to it at the beginning, it's the fact that finally they're doing something about it. I mean, Arsenal fans have been crying out for somebody to come in and be this person for them. And the player that they have on loan, William Saliba, who's getting rave reviews for his performances at Saint-Etienne.
Yes.
It looks as though there could be a really good defensive future.
Well, you're hoping so, because I think he's 6'4", Saliba's 6'4", he's about 6'3", Mari, so getting some height in there. And like I say, you just have to hope that he could come, settle down, because you have to say that Saliba will probably come back next season. And if they can hit something off, you know, then Arsenal will have gone a long way in trying to address a problem that has been a problem for a while and still is. So, you know...
You've seen that in games already this season, haven't you, the problems?
Well, yes, and a lot of them are mistakes as well, individual mistakes. And when you look at some of the goals that Arsenal have conceded, this one is, you know, obviously the goalkeeper who's been fantastic, but, you know, in what he's done. But then you look at this, he's got to win that. He has to win it on the edge of the box. And then Mustafi has to challenge in it. This is kind of like schoolboy stuff there. You can't lose that ball firstly, Guendouzi, and then someone's got to engage him. And I think that when you look at the goals that Arsenal have conceded, and when you look at the way they've defended, you know, that's the one, 3 touches, bam. You know, that's the kind of thing that you feel, well, that's what he's got to get down. And look at Xhaka there. His man is Ayew. He comes inside where there's already a man in there. And again, if you stick to your man, you're going to be fine. Big mistake here from Mustafi. You're hoping he's going to do well. Poor defensive back pass. Puts his defensive partner in problems. Arsenal give away a penalty there, and it was a sending off. Done well to get something out of the game. Don't know why they're showing the penalty for. Then you look at this one. Look at Lacazette here. We've circled him. That is unacceptable. You know, you're talking about a game that you're down to 10 men. You've done well to get back into the game, you know, and then you've got one of your experienced players is actually moving out of the way of it. So when you look at the goals and the way they've been conceded, all could have been avoided.
Didn't Mustafi get bought for big money though? Was
Yeah,
it 35 million?
yeah, it was. It was. And at the time, you know, coming from the World Cup squad, I think he played well in Valencia. Remember
Really
you saying
well.
it? He played very well in Valencia. And what I saw of him, even when he came in, played at right back for Germany. When I saw him coming a couple of times, I thought he was going to be a great sign. And it's just, if we're going to be told, it's just not worked out. He's just not happened for him here. Too many mistakes he's made, and it's cost Arsenal on a few occasions. But it's just how it's worked out for him.
On right backs, Cedric Suarez
is
in. What do you think? Is that a good signing?
I'm impressed with that signing simply because I think he's a really good player, very experienced player. You know, I think it's Arsenal's fortune that, you know, Valerie at Southampton is playing very, very well, and he can't seem to get in there at the minute. And I know Arsenal fans like say, how can we take someone who can't even get in the Southampton's team? He's a Euro winner. He's a very good player, good pace, gets forward, good delivery, and I think that he's a very good loan signing.
I love all the optimism that's always around in the transfer window, and everybody gets talked up, and there's no opportunity yet to criticise.
Someone was talking up Mustafi, but you just have to take the chance, don't you?
But look, more cause for optimism for Arsenal, maybe less so for Burnley. Burnley never beaten Arsenal in the Premier. In fact, they've only drawn against them once. Arsenal have won every single other Premier League fixture that they've played against Burnley.
Well,
can we still say tough place for them to go?
Well, I hope so, because I've got Pope in my fantasy team. But yeah, I don't know. It maybe just Burnley is a tough place to go. We all know that. But sometimes, for me, Burnley have lost a little bit of oomph when you used to go there, and it just used to make it difficult for you. Now they seem a little bit easier to play against, but Arsenal have got a good record there, and you know, hopefully they can continue.
You know, the thing as well is, Kels, just to ease it out for Burnley a little bit, they have had some real tough decisions against Arsenal at Turf Moor, games that they probably could have won or drawn. But like they feel like they've had a real rough deal with Arsenal. So I think they always look forward to Arsenal coming. I always feel that they think that it's an Arsenal team that they'll probably be able to put pressure on and cause problems. But it'd be interesting to see this particular Arsenal team, because I think they're made of different stuff at the moment.
We'll get your predictions a little bit later on, but you only have